Hey there, I'm Keenyn, and this is the Clear English Corner. In this lesson, we're going to talk about how to pronounce the suffix or word ending ate. This suffix can be tricky because the way it's pronounced depends on whether the word is a verb or not a verb. Most words that end in ate are verbs, and in these words, the suffix is going to be pronounced ate, like I ate too much, or the number 8. 8 and 8 are pronounced exactly the same. So some example verbs where ate sounds like 8 would be debate, inflate, motivate, participate. Notice you can distinctly hear the A as in gray vowel sound in these word endings. 8, negotiate, hesitate, communicate. I want you to notice the stress pattern in these words as well, or which syllable is emphasized. When you have a word that ends in ate, if there's more than 2 syllables, the emphasis or stress is going to fall 2 syllables in front of the suffix. So listen closely. Anticipate, calculate, educate, eliminate, investigate. So anytime a word ending in ate has more than 2 syllables, the stress will fall 2 syllables in front of the suffix. When you have a 2-syllable verb that ends in ate, you're going to stress the second syllable. Create, relate, debate, inflate. That's helpful to know, right? So with a verb, the ate ending sounds like 8. But when ate comes at the end of a noun or an adjective, the pronunciation changes. It sounds like it, as in I like it, or it's been a busy day. Here, instead of the A as in gray vowel sound, you're going to hear the I as in silver vowel sound in this word ending. Here's some example nouns that end in ate. Chocolate, climate, senate, template, doctorate. Notice too how when these words are nouns and we have 2 syllables, we're stressing the first syllable. Climate, template. Some common adjectives that end in ate. Immediate, accurate, desperate, legitimate, adequate, delicate, fortunate, private, separate, passionate. Notice that you hear that it, silver sound in the suffix here, but it's unstressed, so it's very quick. Also note that adverbs that end in ate will also be pronounced as it, because adverbs typically are adjectives that are made adverbs by adding ly. For example, immediately, privately, passionately, legitimately. So when considering how to pronounce a word that ends in ate, you have to think, is this a verb or not? And what makes this challenging is there are quite a few words that can be a verb and an adjective or a noun. So you have to consider how the word is used to know how to pronounce it. For example, here's some nouns that can be a noun or a verb. Estimate is a noun. Estimate, that's a verb. Hear the difference in the ending there? Associate, graduate. A person can be an advocate, but the action is to advocate. Or you might have a duplicate of something. But the action of creating another would be to duplicate. Some example adjectives that can be adjectives and verbs. appropriate, appropriate, separate, separate, approximate, approximate. I could describe you as articulate, articulate, but the act of speaking something aloud is to articulate, articulate, moderate, moderate, alternate, alternate, deliberate, deliberate. I could describe decorations in a room as being elaborate, elaborate. But if I want you to tell me more, the action of telling more in detail is to elaborate, elaborate. So the difference is very subtle, but the way you pronounce the word ending actually changes the meaning of the word. So let's try some practice sentences together with nouns, adjectives, and verbs that end in ate. She graduated with her doctorate last May. Graduated, graduated. Notice the ed ending here too. A quick tip. Since words that end in ate are always going to end with the T sound, the ed ending is going to be an extra syllable pronounced as id, id. Anytime you have a word that ends in a T or D sound, the ed ending will sound like id, id. Graduated, separated. She graduated with her doctorate last May. You'll want to separate your whites from your colors and then wash them in separate loads. I don't think this is an accurate estimate of the total cost. She's a passionate teacher who motivates her students. I'm desperate for a piece of chocolate. The climate is very moderate. The intricate detail would be difficult to duplicate. Is it appropriate to ask for separate checks? Who'll be moderating the debate? My associate is very articulate. Fortunately, we were notified immediately. It would be easy to create a template. I'd appreciate a duplicate copy. So there you have it, the inside scoop on pronouncing the ate ending. It all depends on whether the word is a verb or not a verb. I hope you found the lesson helpful. If you did, please be sure to share with friends. And come on over to the Clear English Corner blog, where you'll find tons more free pronunciation lessons and practice resources. As always, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.